Congratulations, Miss B, for being newly appointed as our Cebu National High School English teacher.
The pleasure is mine, Miss A.
But before you officially serve as a classroom teacher, I'd like to introduce to you an important Republic Act you need to take note of. This is the Republic Act number 4670.
I see. Could you tell me all about this act, Miss A?
Sure. Now, I want you to listen to me very well. Let's begin. Republic Act number 4670, also known as Magna Carta for Public School Teachers, is an act intended to promote and improve the social and economic status of public school teachers, their living and working conditions, their terms of employment and career prospects. This act shall apply to all public school teachers except those in the professional staff of state colleges and universities. Moving on to Section 3, teachers must possess the minimum educational qualifications such as bachelor's degree in elementary education, bachelor's degree in education, or its equivalent with a major and a minor, or a bachelor's degree in arts or science with at least 18 professional units in education, bachelor's degree in the field of specialization with at least 18 professional units in education. This is for teachers of secondary vocational and 2 years technical courses and master's degree with a specific area of specialization. In Section 4, when recruitment takes place after adequate training and professional preparation, and any school recognized by the government, no probationary period preceding regular appointment shall be imposed if the teacher possesses the appropriate civil service eligibility. However, if a teacher possesses these qualifications but lacks the appropriate civil service eligibility, he or she shall be appointed on a provisional status and shall undergo a period of probation for not less than 1 year from and after the date of his or her provisional appointment. Next are sections 5 to 9, in which these explain about the following. First, tenure of office. Second, consent for transfer transportation expenses. Third, the code of professional conduct for teachers. Fourth, the safeguards and disciplinary procedure. And fifth, administrative charges. Next, we have Section 10, which highlights that there shall be no discrimination in entrance to the teaching profession or during its exercise or in the termination of services. Section 11 comes next, and this is for married teachers. It states that if possible, the proper authorities shall take all steps to enable married couples to be employed in the same locality. And in Section 12, teachers shall enjoy academic freedom in the discharge of their professional duties, particularly with regard to teaching and classroom methods. Now, let's move on to Article 3, Hours of Work and Remuneration. First is Section 13, which states that any teacher engaged in actual classroom instruction shall not be required to render more than 6 hours of actual classroom teaching a day. Section 14 explains the additional compensation for teachers. Co-curricula and any other activities outside of what is defined as normal duties of any teacher shall be paid an additional compensation of at least 25% of his or her regular remuneration after the teacher has completed at least 6 hours of actual classroom teaching a day. Sections 15 to 20 explicates the criteria for salaries of teachers, the salary scale itself, the equality in salary scales, the cost of living allowance, the special hardship allowances, as well as the salaries to be paid in legal tender. And in Section 21, no person shall make any deduction from the salaries of teachers except under specific authority of law authorizing such deductions. In Article 4, Sections 22 to 23, teachers are free of charge for compulsory medical examination before they take up teaching. In addition, teachers shall be protected against the consequences of employment injuries in accordance with existing laws. And there's more. Teachers shall be entitled to study leave. There's also an indefinite sick leave and a salary increase upon retirement. Wait, It does not end there. The Act also entails provisions for teachers' organization as emphasized in Article 6. Public school teachers have the freedom to organize. Furthermore, the discrimination against teachers is strictly prohibited. The National Teachers Organization shall be consulted in the formulation of national educational policies and professional standards, and in the formulation of national policies governing the social security of the teachers.
Wow, it truly has some good benefits. I have one last question, Miss A. May I ask when and how the Act was administered and enforced?
The Act took effect upon its approval in June 18, 1966. Its rules and regulations were formulated and prepared by the Secretary of Education. The budgetary estimates to implement the provisions of the Act are submitted annually to the Congress by the Secretary of Education. Anyone who willfully interferes with, restrain, or coerce any teacher in the exercise of his or her rights guaranteed by this Act shall be punished by a fine of not less than 100 pesos, nor more than 1,000 pesos, or by imprisonment.
Thank you so much for all this vital information, Miss A. I see that this act stemmed from the recognition of the government that advancement in education depend on the qualifications and ability of the teaching staff. Am I right, Miss A?
That's right. There we have it. The Magna Carta for Public School Teachers, or the Republic Act 4670.